And welcome into Warwick High School, the scene of the quarterfinals of the boys Lancaster Lebanon League playoffs. Eric May, Chad Landers, thanks for joining us. Section 5 champion Columbia Crimson Tide with a record of 10-0 in section play, 16-6 overall. The Warwick Warriors, the Section 2 champs, 11-2 in league play, 17-4 overall, and right off the bat, Cale Yarberough dropping in a 3.
Well, three-pointers might be the key to tonight's game. Warwick dropped 12 of them in their last contest against Solanco. They're going to take a lot of them tonight. We'll see what their shooting percentage is from long range.
Well, and Chad, we looked at this team, and you mentioned, not a lot of size for this Crimson Tide team as Matthew McCleary drops in the jumper. Not a lot of size, but these guys like to run, and they put up a ton of points.
Coach Glover said to us that they're going to try and do some up-tempo. There's Landis to the hoop, gets the foul. Columbia doesn't have much size down low. They'll admit that themselves. They're going to try and go faster and speed the tempo up. Keep an eye on that in the game. Warwick likes to do that as well, so we could see two offenses up and down the court here tonight.
Matthew McCleary picking up the first foul of the ball game. So Tate Landis, the 5'10 sophomore at the free throw line. And here are the numbers on the respective teams for the season, and Chad, pretty similar as far as a points per game is concerned. Warwick's defense really has been stepping it up, though, the last couple of games of the season.
We'll have to see if Warwick is going to be able to win this. They're going to have to hold Columbia well below 64 points. That's going to be quite a task here. We'll see. Warwick's defense usually up to the task. We'll see how they do in this champion versus champion matchup.
Drive down the lane. Cruz can't get it. Gets his follow-up. Ball being tipped around, and we're going to call it jump ball. And the arrow will favor the Crimson Tide.
Boy, there was a lot of guys getting off the floor there. Nobody really could get control. And Columbia kind of lucky to get that jump ball situation.
You see Michael Poole Jr., the leading scorer for the Crimson Tide.
There's three guys in double figures on this Columbia team. Like I said, offense, it's tough to shut down here.
Here is Poole. Yarberough cleans up the miss.
And Yarberough in the starting lineup, a change for them. Ethan Minnick, a senior, in the lineup for Warwick as well. So a bit of a different look here for the Warriors.
And of course, Warriors without Joey McCracken now, as he suffered a knee injury last Friday night, and his season is done. Drive to the hoop and a foul before the shot.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Warwick. McCracken averaging right about 14 points per game, for almost 15 points a game for them. He's the 10th leading scorer in the LL League, so that's a big gap that they're going to have to fill.
Foul was on Landis, and there's one from the corner from McCleary. And he's got all 5 points for the Crimson Tide.
McCleary averages 11.5 points per game and 23 three-pointers. This team can shoot some threes. Again, not going to post up a whole lot. As you see, off the inbounds, McCleary gets it in and then pops open in the corner, knocks it. They're going to have to rush out and get some hands on these three-point shots, Eric.
This Columbia team has tacked 80 points or more on the scoreboard 5 times this season, including 91 against Lancaster Mennonite, as Glover is contested by Sapala at the basket.
Well, did you see how Sapala just went straight up? So he was trying to avoid the contact there. Yarberough, second three-pointer of the game for him. That's huge for the Warriors.
That is Yarberough averaging 6 points a game, and he's already at his season average, and we're here in the first quarter.
Well, again, with McCracken not in, everyone's got to step up. Nice defensive help from Yarberough. And a foul.
And Yarberough, in his last 5 games, averaging just about 9 points a game, so that's 3 points above his season average, and he's dropped in half of his 14 three-pointers just in the last 5 ball games. So he has definitely found his shooting stroke from the outside.
Well, it's nice when you can get a senior to perform at his best as the postseason approaches. Fouls on Matt McCleary, so he's got 2 now.
Minnick shot off the mark. Ouch.
Yeah, ball off of Columbia there. You can see that was a painful one. But again, Yarberough right there, Johnny on the spot, knows he can't do anything but just throw it right off the Crimson Tide defender.
And nice job by the officials here to give Michael Poole Jr. an opportunity to catch his breath.
Leading scorer for the Crimson Tide, by the way. Here they go, fast break, turnover.
McCleary tried to lead pass down to Glover, but Zapala quickly down at the other end to come up with the interception, and he is stripped. And McCleary lost it, has it back again. Now it's like a hot potato being passed around.
Yeah, you can see the intensity here is going to, this is what it's going to be like all 4 quarters, you know. This game is such a toss-up for both of these squads.
There's Zapala, and the ball knocked out of bounds.
We haven't said much about Kai Sapala yet, but he's going to also be a key here. He's going to have to act as the de facto leading scorer now. 13 points a game out of him. He's a real big bruiser. Yarberough almost dropped his 3rd three-pointer in right there. That would have been huge.
4:15 to go, first quarter. 2-point lead as Glover's shot is a little strong. Zapata the rebound.
Rushed that a bit. Got an open look.
You know, the one guy we didn't even talk about, too, is Caleb Schmitz, who's been out most of the season with a shoulder injury, and he's a big part as far as rebounding is concerned for Warwick, as McCleary lost the handle of it. Connor Adams picks up the loose ball, and he loses it out of bounds.
So 2 starters for Warwick's offense is missing, you know, right now. And it's a shame for Warwick. You know, you go the whole season here. And Warwick, by the way, they're one of the sneakiest teams in this field on a 12-game win streak. And it's kind of, you know, mixed feelings right now. You'd think a team coming in that hot would have a good shot. But with the injury to McCracken, it's a whole new ball game for them.
A lot of contact. Poole with a fadeaway. Too strong. Yarberough the rebound. And during this 12-game win streak for Warwick, they are averaging 5 points above their season average. They're averaging 67 points a ball game.
A little bit of a zone here from Columbia.
Landis has it stripped on the way up. Both teams really showing their defensive prowess here in this first quarter.
Very active hands from Columbia on defense. Again, you got to step out on the shooters if you're Warwick's defense. No one's going to really challenge you down low.
Ryan Redding, just off the bench, drops in a 3.
There you go, case in point. You got to come out on those. Redding, a senior.
He came in and gave McCleary a breather as he had to sit down with 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
Yeah, McCleary's one of the guys that can knock down the 3-pointer.
Connor Adams baseline up strong. Yarberough fights for the rebound and follows it up.
Great opening quarter from Chase Yarberough.
Got 8 of the Warwick 9 points.
Yeah, again, everyone's got to chip in. Right now it's Yarborough's turn. You're going to need some from Zapala, from Landis, from Adams, Minnick.
There's Cruz, a little hop in the lane, doesn't go, and Yarberough there for the rebound. Connor Adams, short, Yarborough's follow-up is good. Boy, he is Johnny on the spot here in the first quarter.
Hey, you'd love to get this kind of production out of a senior. Steps into the starting lineup and really paying dividends for his team right here in the postseason.
Redding around Minnick, floats it up and then came up with nothing, and again, a lot of contact.
There was a lot of contact there. Referees are letting him go, which is nice. It's good to see. See what everybody kind of will allow here early on.
Well, I guess it's all right as long as it's consistent.
Agreed. And again, you got to figure out in the early part of a game. Warwick changing the offense here to combat this zone.
Minnick right at the free throw line, rattles around and drops in.
Got all of it on that one. Earned his 2 points right there, but again, you got to get the points from all over the place.
And the Warwick lead is 5 as we're down to the final minute of the first quarter. Glover, nice spin move in the paint, off the front of the iron. Warwick just really shielding that paint down low for the rebounds. Adams draws the foul.
Well, great defensive rebounding from Warwick, I think, is kind of what you're alluding to there. They're limiting Columbia to very few shots. Nice job passing there from Landis. And as we're coming down to it here, Warwick is handling this Crimson Tide offense pretty well.
Well, and you mentioned it too, they don't have a lot of size, and
they mentioned it to me. They were forthcoming. I was shocked that Coach Glover would even say that. There you see Coach Christensen, as he's really gotten this program turned around in his 5th year. And as I said, they're riding that 12-game winning streak that dates all the way back to the Christmas tournament. So
Adams goes 1 out of 2. Again, the ball being tapped around, saved, and it goes to Columbia. Glover is hit in the lane.
Yeah, looked like Cam Hess just checking in for the Warriors, picked up that foul. Not a terrible foul, though. As Columbia was driving, you get them on the floor, stop that momentum.
Here's Poole for 3. Got it. And Michael Poole with his first points of the ball game.
Made him pay. Adams went for the steal there instead of just facing up. And it's a 3-point ball game.
And Warwick will back things out and settle for a final shot as we're inside of 20 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Plenty of shooters. Adams in there, Yarberough and Corbin Horst into the ball game. Outside shooters against this zone.
Zapala gets the play in motion. Adams, nice move down the lane, tries to get it to Horst, and that play will end the first quarter. Well, we anticipated a track meet. We're getting to that point at the end of 1 here in Lidditz. Warwick 14, Columbia 11. Back with the second quarter of the boys' quarterfinal playoff action here on Blue Ridge 11. And here's the leading scorers for the respective teams. Of course, Joey McCracken out, so Kai Zapala, the leading active scorer for the Warwick Warriors. And yeah, the discussion is, you know, with this Columbia, that trio right there, that's a heck of a trio that can put up a ton of points.
Yeah, and that's going to fall right on the Warwick defense. Do you shut one guy down? You know, who do you pick? Do you kind of try to just limit everybody to single digits? But that's tough because they average in the 60s. You know, this is a tough game for Warwick. You know, they're down 1 or 2 starters. They've really got to lock in for fourth quarters here.
Landis fires up a 3 and hits.
Landis was a little hesitant there, but hey, you get an open look, you knock it down. His 26th three-pointer of the season. And Warwick is 3 of 4 now from long range.
Yarberough came up with a second block, but wow, what body control by Kerry Glover to get his first points of the ball game.
Yeah, sophomore, second leading scorer on the team, 12 points per game. Nice player, coach's son, or coach's, yeah.
Zapala's 3, too strong. Yarberough the rebound. And Warwick resets the offense. Adams going baseline, good defense by Columbia. Matthew Gambler, who has started the second quarter, and Luis Cruz double teaming Adams to force Adams into a travel. Adams will come out of the ball game.
This is where Warwick's depth is going to get tested, Eric. You know, with the injuries, it doesn't go incredibly deep.
Poole in the paint. Too strong off the glass. Zapala the rebound. There's Yarberough from the corner, and he's got it again.
Well, this could be one of those nights. Just somebody catches fire, they're going to keep feeding them. And hey, for Warwick, why not? Don't go away from it. Don't shy away from it. Columbia's got to make the adjustment.
13 first half points for Yarberough. That 13 points is a season high. And again, we're still in the first half, and there's Redding losing it out of bounds.
I have Yarberough 3 for 4 from long range. So he's clearly one of those guys that's hot here tonight. And a timeout coming for Columbia here to try and slow things down.
We'll stay with a 30-second timeout with 6:11 to go in the first half and a 7-point Warwick lead. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is offering free PIAA physicals to student athletes in grades 7 through 12. Free physicals are on Tuesday, February 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. at OAL's Lancaster location at 170 North Point Boulevard. Sign up today at www.fixbones.com. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Lancaster Lebanon League and its championship events.
Warwick student section there, hyped for another playoff home game as they had last year in this quarterfinal round in that thrilling game against Lancaster Mennonite that Joey McCracken won at the buzzer. One of the most memorable calls I'll ever be a part of.
Yeah, one we won't soon forget.
There's the zone from Columbia, trapping out high. Warwick really stretching things out here. It's going to be tough to kind of get in the middle of this. Of course, you could run some clock for sure till you get a good shot.
Right now with the 7-point lead, Minnick will fire up a 3, and that's off the mark. McCleary the rebound. Poole top of the key gives it off to Cruz.
Got to come out on those shooters.
And that rattles in and out. Now we've seen a number of shots for Columbia bounce around and not fall in their favor.
Yeah, this game could be incredibly tight if they had knocked down a couple more. Yarberough passes up the 3.
Landis hangs up and hits.
That was sweet. Stoppage of play here.
I don't know what the...
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's saying there. Delay of game, potentially Warwick touching the ball there. You see Coach Christensen barking out orders. Happy to be back in the playoffs. Team, as I said, has been riding really good. Another Section 2 title. First one since the 90-91 seasons. Now, if you do a deep dive, Eric, boy, they were racking up section titles back in the 80s, had back-to-back league titles in 90 and 89.
McCleary's 3 doesn't go. Cruz the rebound and a foul from behind. They're going to get Chase Yarberough with the personal foul. That'll be his first.
Oh, excuse me, they were in 88-87, those Warwick's back-to-back league titles.
Yeah, these two teams have only met one other time in league playoffs. It was 30 years ago.
30 years.
Columbia won at 52-50. I was just 7. In the paint, won't go. McCleary backs in and gets good position. And McCleary now with 7 points.
Yeah, he's carrying this team right now. Nobody else able to really fill up the stat sheet. Minnick passes up on that 3. Again, Warwick just has to be patient against this zone offense. Get a good shot.
Minnick in the paint, hangs up and gets.
There you go. Again, you go inside. If it's not there, kick it back out, reset. If you feel confident enough to take a little quick jumper, that's fine.
Minnick now with 4 points in the ball game. Glover hangs up, doesn't go, tries to tip, that won't go. Yarberough the rebound.
Great job rebounding by Warwick in this first half. Yarborough's been fantastic. Ooh, that's going to be a foul. On a blocking foul, wow.
They're going to get McCleary for his 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, Columbia bench not happy. Let's take a look at it. Both a collision for sure. And that's 3 on McCleary. Well, it looks like he's staying in right now. Boy, you can see Coach Glover not happy about that.
Matthew Gambler back in. He's number 11. There's Yarberough again.
Special night for Chase Yarberough. Filling it up. That's 4. Again, you get the opportunity and you step up, especially as a senior, postseason time.
I think if you're Columbia, you're going to have to make an adjustment, get somebody out on Yarberough. Look at that move by Cruz, a reverse underneath.
Yeah, that was a tough bucket there.
Cuts the lead down to 10, 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, it looks like Columbia's had to come out of their zone here, Eric. That could be trouble.
Connor Adams with a good drive, and Sapala with an acrobatic tip.
I tell you what, Warwick, I think, has a better advantage man-to-man here. This could get out of hand in a hurry. And that's all thanks to Chase Yarberough and his 16 points in the first half.
That bucket for Sapala, his first of the ball game. There's Poole, too strong, and again, Warwick really doing a nice job defensively, boxing out and not giving Columbia any second chance opportunities.
Major emphasis on defensive rebounding from the Warriors. Got to give them credit for that. They also haven't shied away from shooting the threes. Chase Yarberough is just playing in the playground here.
Tell you, I'm impressed with the quick hands of this Columbia defense. They have had numerous strips here in the first half. Three ball from Poole, and he's got it. Gets his second bucket, both of them from beyond the three-point line.
That was a quick trigger, too. You know, Warwick closed out pretty well on that. But when you can shoot, you can shoot. You know, Poole, that's what, 32 on the season now for him. He leads the team.
Down low, Sapala's going to get hammered. And it's either Gambler or Cruz. Let's see. They're going to get Cruz with the personal foul, his first.
Well, Sapala definitely has a size advantage down low for the Warriors, and I think that they need to take advantage of that. You know, just as much as the three-point is working here for Warwick, Sapala could really get some work done down low.
63% from the line on the season for Sapala. Brady Smith back in for the Crimson Tide, replacing Gambler.
Smith can hit it from outside as well. Smith and McCleary, Poole. There's a bunch of guys that can hit it. Just not falling for him today as much. Although, to be fair, they've got 4 3-pointers made in this game. That's really what's keeping them in it, Eric.
Yeah. Warwick lead back up to 10. McCleary directing the offense out front. Draws a double team and a foul.
Not a bad foul. Looked like McCleary kind of had the advantage going to the hoop, so Connor Adams catches him.
Of course, McCleary, a standout quarterback for the Crimson Tide. Inbound pass to Glover, almost fell out of bounds with it.
Looks like man-to-man, but Sapala kind of guarding the lane a bit.
Down to the final minute. McCleary in the paint. Boy, look like he tried to draw the contact, threw the shot up, didn't go. Sapala at the other end, and he'll go back to the free throw line.
Nice aggressive move from Sapala. He knows he's got to be in attack mode, man. This falls on his shoulders. He's now, you know, for all intents and purposes, the leading scorer on this team with 13 points per game. He's got to take it to him, and a nice job there to be aggressive.
Michael Poole, his first 6th team foul against Columbia.
Warwick as a team shoots 61% from the free throw line. And Sapala goes 1 for 2.
He is 2 for 4 in the first half. Poole. Boy, nice ball handling there by Poole.
They're going to have to really come out on him. He, again, leading scorer. That's the guy you got to key on. Don't want to get him hot.
8 points in the ball game now for Poole. Cam Hess around the defender and up with the left hand.
You'll take that if you're Warwick, man. Nice drive from one of your support players and chips in 2 points.
Well, the Columbia defense just kind of opened up, and it gave them a great opportunity to go right to the basket.
And there, Hess can kind of throw away a foul out top, as Warwick's doing great in the foul department right now.
And you see Coach Chris Christensen.
7 seconds left here in the first half.
Glover and contact out front. And just like that, Cam Hess now with 3 personal fouls.
Again, not bad. Really, it's a mismatch for Hess. They're just trying to stop freight train to the hoop there. And now it's 4 seconds to go, so it really limits what Columbia can do here. Got to challenge out on 3-point shooters.
So Ryan Fink will now come in on Glover. And Glover goes up and too strong off the glass, and that will end the first half. Behind the 3-point shooting of Chase Yarberough, the Warwick Warriors head to the locker room. On top of Columbia, it's the boys' quarterfinals of the Lancaster Lebanon League playoffs at the break. Warwick 33, Columbia 22. Well, we talked about Chase Yarberough, and right from the opening tip, dropped in a 3 to start the scoring, and he didn't let up. Altogether, dropped in 4 3-pointers and a couple of 2s. 16 first half points, a career high for Chase Yarberough.
And again, the defense, the rebounding, the ball handling, it's been a complete game for Mr. Yarberough. And there you see Columbia coming out of the huddle.
You see Coach Glover and Kerry Glover 4 months ago today was involved in a serious automobile accident over in York County. His car was rear-ended by a tractor trailer to the point where he could not walk.
Wow.
And through extensive rehab, he is back. And the fact that he's standing here on the sidelines tonight, it's amazing. And we wish Coach Glover nothing but the best.
Great guy. Really good to talk to him before the game. Very positive. Loves this team. Good chemistry. Yarberough from way out drains it.
Goodness.
He's still hot.
Well, the half didn't cool him off.
Again, had a defensive board to start this second half as well. Just having a great game. The senior is starting for Joey McCracken tonight.
McCleary loses it, and then Yarberough lost it off his hands.
Almost had a turnover there as well. I mean, to see the next-gen stats on the day that Chase Yarberough is having at the end of this game is going to be something to write about, because it is just one for the books.
On the floor for Columbia starting this third quarter is Glover, McCleary, Poole, Cruz, and Smith.
Again, there's a few of these guys that can hit the 3. You're going to have to chase out.
Poole doesn't go. Cruz with the offensive rebound. Dips in and banks it off the glass.
Well, he had Sapala in the air there, but Warwick did a nice job not to foul. Columbia did an even better job to find some space and get the bucket.
Warwick with their starting 5 of Landis, Sapala, Minnick, Adams, and Yarberough. And Yarberough will put up another 3 and get it again!
He's going for a career night here, and Columbia's in their zone defense, Eric, and again, he burned that. And again, they're trying it here, but Yarberough is just the zone buster tonight.
That basket must look like about 5 feet wide for Yarberough tonight.
What a night for Chase Yarberough.
The Warwick lead is 15. Glover in the paint, hangs up, doesn't go. Sapala clears it away for the Warriors.
Keep an eye on Yarberough.
Adams drives the left side. Good defense by Poole, but it stays with Warwick.
Yarberough was open for a split second, but Columbia does nice to chase out to the corner on the 3. Again, Warwick can be patient against this zone. They've got a nice sizable lead. Don't have to rush your shots. They're very well trained experienced team.
Adams, that shot blocked away by Smith. You know, and obviously we talk about Warwick, and McCracken gets a lot of the attention as Poole drives to the basket and he'll go to the line. Ethan Minnick will pick up his first personal foul, but at different points throughout the season, Warwick has had a different high score for their games.
Funny you say that, Eric. Chase Yarberough led the team in scoring in their first game this season at the Lower Dolphin tournament with 11 points against Lower Dolphin. And then Connor Adams dropped 21 on Central Dolphin to win the tournament the next day. So they've got guys that can score, and I think that's why Coach Christensen is so confident in his ball club. Just the other night against Slanko, 2 players, Adams and Sapala, in double figures.
Poole gets 1 out of 2. Those are the first 2 free throws for Columbia tonight.
That's right.
The lead is 14, and Yarberough takes it to the basket.
They're going to have to start going box and 1 on this guy. It's getting out of control.
27 points. Excuse me. Sorry, 24 points for Yarberough, and he adds a rebound to his stat sheet.
He's going to have a career double-double tonight.
Sapala stripped by McCleary, but Yarberough picks up the loose ball.
This is otherworldly, Eric. And it's just watching what is transpiring right now. A guy that was cut from tryouts 2 years ago, according to LMP's John Wall. Started on JV last year, and now is getting the start for the injured McCracken. I mean, isn't that just a testament to hard work and never giving up?
McCleary. Good looking 3 by McCleary.
Solid player for Columbia. Right now, bearing the load. 10 points leading the way for the Crimson Tide. Again, don't have to force shots here for Warwick.
Adams in the paint. Smith with another block. Sapala up strong. And a timeout for Warwick. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. Sapala with his 6th point of the ball game, stopping the clock with 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. Well, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is offering free PIAA physicals to student athletes in grades 7 through 12. The free physicals will be on Tuesday, February 18th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at OAL's Lancaster location at 170 North Point Boulevard. You can sign up today at www.fixbones.com. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Lancaster Lebanon League and its championship events.
Chase Yarberough came into tonight with 14 three-pointers made this season. He has 6 in 3 quarters here tonight. And clearly working on a very special night for himself as a senior. You know, this is it. It's your last go-round.
And, you know, I had heard stories about him, and he would spend countless hours at the rec here at the school just working on his skill and a chance to get back onto the team, and boy, it is all paying dividends for him as he pulls down yet another rebound.
He's just so quick off the floor, too. His athleticism right now is just what's doing it for Warwick.
Landis with a beautiful pass over to Yarberough, and they'll move it around. Adams in strong and got the bucket. No, we're going to wave it off.
Foul.
Offensive foul.
That was a nice take, but just too many Columbia defenders there. Tries the ball fake, maybe should have given it up to a wide open shot in the corner, but nonetheless, gets the foul.
His second team foul against Warwick. 3:35 to go in the 3rd, a 17-point Warrior lead. Smith from the corner, got it. Brady Smith drops in his first points of the ball game, and again, we talked about how Columbia can drop in threes. They've dropped in a number of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's just right now, Warwick scoring just too many points.
Well, I mean, if you look at it on the season, Columbia came into tonight with 113 three-pointers made. That's a good chunk. You look at Warwick, I believe they had somewhere in the neighborhood 130.
130.
Yeah, that's a lot. And there's Yarberough in there again, mixing it up, getting the offensive board and a jump ball in favor of the Warriors. Minnick, an open look for three.
Doesn't go, and they're going to get a...
Sapala pushed off, it looks like.
No.
No?
Redding.
Oh, wow.
Ryan Redding picks up his second foul. He just picked up the last foul, so that's 2 now on Redding.
Well, it looked like he pushed Yarberough. Oh, off the mark.
And then it goes up and hits the support, so it goes to Columbia with 3:05 to go.
That's just his second miss from three-point range. He's got 6 of them made, so 6 for 8 tonight from three-point range.
What a night for Yarberough. There's a 3 from the corner from Redding, doesn't go. Landis the rebound for the Warriors.
Nice job boxing out by Tate Landis. Again, just because you're the smallest guy on the floor doesn't mean you can't put a body on somebody.
Warwick will back it out and take their time.
Well, Columbia switching to man-to-man here. Sapala down low. Unlucky.
Glover at the other end. Redding from the corner. And gets it to go. So Ryan Redding, his second bucket, both of them threes. And this is how Columbia is going to try and get back into the ball game from beyond the three-point line. They've cut the deficit down to 11.
They catch hot from outside. They can do it.
Minnick from the corner. Won't go. Glover the rebound.
Here's the pace from Columbia. They're pushing it. Tempo.
Oh, Glover a little bit off balance and back the other way.
Here's your track meet, Eric.
Landis through the contact, so Tate Landis will go to the free throw line as Coach Christensen very quickly signals in Corbin Horst to check in.
Well, did you see what happened there, Eric? That foul was called on Matt McCleary. So he's got 4 now and will have to head to the bench conceivably with 10 points. But that's a big foul for Matthew McCleary.
Warwick now 4 out of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, if this was a much closer game, you know, those will come back to haunt you. You only hope that it won't. We saw that the other night, didn't we, Eric?
Landis gets the second. He's got 7 points.
You got to be stepping out on three-point shooters now. Columbia's shooting a little higher percentage.
Glover from the free throw line. Cruz the rebound, and that ball might have been tipped away.
Just about a minute to go. Yarberough to the hoop. Gets the roll. Why not?
"12 points in the third quarter for Chase Yarberough. Inside of a minute, Cruz with the 3. And a timeout, Columbia. Will be a 30-second timeout.
They just won't go away, Eric. You know, they're just continuing to shoot. Quick outlet pass here to Yarberough, and just aggressive to the hoop. Gets the friendly roll. You can see the bench loving it. And then right there, open shot for Cruz. He's going to knock it down. Again, Columbia's going to need some extra help scoring because Matt McCleary, their senior forward, on the bench now with his 10 points.
8 3-pointers in the ball game for Columbia.
Yarberough's got 6 for, he's equaling them just about for Warwick. 7
Wow.
total. Was that 7 total for Warwick?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Landis,
Landis has the other one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we're going to get a full another quarter here. This is nowhere near over. But it has been quite a fireworks show on both sides.
50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Warwick's lead is 11. Connor Adams strong to the basket and will draw the foul. Michael Poole Jr. his second.
Nice take. Defense collapses, you can see on the backside. Could have got Redding there too with the foul. We'll get pulled. An aggressive move from Adams.
Kind of a quiet night scoring-wise for Adams, who came into the game averaging 9.9 a ball game. In fact, dropped in 24 against Elizabethtown, so you know he can light it up as well.
Wow. He had 19 against Solanco the other night to lead all scorers in that game. In a game they scored, Warwick scored 71. They had 12 three-pointers made in that game, Eric.
Adams over the last 8 games has averaged 13 points per game.
And he's going to have to step up here in the playoffs for them.
But right now, he's just doing some of the other things that Warwick needs as Kerry Glover drops in the jumper.
That was nice. Nice moves to get open there. This is a tight ball game. 9 points here.
The way things have gone, you'd think that Warwick was, again, up big. Sapala. Oh, they're going to get a foul on Columbia.
Yeah, a lot of contact. Let's watch it again. They got Redding there with the push in the back, I believe. That's 3 on Ryan Redding, 4 on Matt McCleary.
Sapala.
Another push, so Redding will pick up his 4th now. It's getting out of hand a little bit.
So that's 2 Columbia players now with 4 fouls. McCleary and Redding. Inbound to Connor Adams.
Don't have much time here.
Stripped by Glover. Poole will heave it down the floor, and the third quarter will come to an end. Columbia clawing their way back into it. We head to the 4th quarter here in Lidditz. It's the boys Lancaster Lebanon League quarterfinals, and it's Warwick 48, Columbia 39. Back in Lidditz, Eric May, Chad Landers, as we get set for the final 8 minutes of play. 48-39, Warwick. Their lead was 18 at one point. And Columbia has fought their way back into it, down just 9. Glover nearly picked by Landis. Gets the feed inside, and Kerry Glover.
Yeah, he could be big for them here in the 4th.
Adams passes up on a 3. Lost it in the paint. Back the other way. Glover. And we're going to get a reach-in foul on Tate Landis.
Oh, the pace is picking up in here, Eric. Pace is picking up. Glover's going to be real key here in the 4th quarter. If he gets unleashed, this lead could really disappear.
A chance for Columbia to possibly cut it down to 4. Poole's 3 off the side of the iron. Connor Adams the rebound. And the Columbia faithful are back in it again.
Again, gotta get a good shot on offense if you're Warwick.
Minnick around Poole. Contact, nothing there, and we're going to get a foul on Warwick. That's going to go on Yarberough. That'll be his 2nd. It'll be a loose ball foul on Yarberough.
Well, aggressive take. Just didn't quite get it, and crashing the boards there with Sapala and Yarberough over the back. A lot of bodies hitting the floor on that one. 7 minutes left in this game, and it is turned up to a 10.
Winner gets the winner of Lancaster Catholic McCaskey is Michael Poole Jr. And the Warwick lead is down to 5. Sapala eyes up a 3, goes in and out. Yarberough, the offensive rebound, and in and out. And the Crimson Tide with a lot of confidence going now. Redding's 3. too strong. Tip and controlled by Warwick.
Oh boy, that would have really unleashed the Crimson Tide fans in here if that had dropped. We made it a 2-point ball game. Warwick's got to kind of regroup here and correct the ship. They were just dominating this game for 3 quarters, but Columbia, give them credit, has fought all the way back in.
Landis, oh, nice job by Landis to stop and pop. And a timeout will be used by Warwick, and they'll use a full 60 seconds to talk things over. 5:59 remaining in the ball game. Warwick lead is 7. A look at the Columbia bench. They have fought their way back from an 18-point deficit, and they were to within 6, 7. And now down 7 with 5:59 remaining. Sorry, they were down to 5.
Yeah, Matt McCleary back in for the Tide.
Wow.
Numbers.
Contact, no foul. Adams, shot blocked by Glover.
Yeah, he's gonna have to reevaluate that.
McCleary for 3, gets it. Third 3 of the ball game for McCleary. And let's not forget, he's playing with 4 personal fouls.
Which could work against him on the defensive end, we'll see.
Landis puts up a 3, drains it.
That's huge.
It is raining threes here tonight in Lidditz. As if it hasn't rained enough.
Yeah. Well, just be glad it's not snow, but we shouldn't be surprised. Both these teams can really shoot well from the outside.
Glover around, Landis goes off the glass.
Both these offenses trading blows here. This is turning into one heck of a finish. So much time left in this ball game.
Yarberough around McCleary and goes off the glass.
Yarberough has hit the 30-point mark for the senior who usually comes off the bench in a starting role tonight. A career night for Chase Yarberough.
Now the key for Columbia, they're going to need somebody there to try and get rebounds. As Cruz, I tell you, for 6'1", Luis Cruz has done an outstanding job on the rebounds for Columbia tonight. As Michael Poole Jr.'s 3 from the corner bounces up and hits the support.
Well, Warwick has switched to his own here, Eric, on defense. They've realized that Glover's got a bit of an advantage against Landis, so they've gone to the zone to potentially slow down the pace of this Columbia offense. Although, if these 3-point shooters for Columbia start hitting, you're going to have to come out of that zone.
Warwick lead is 7. Sapala puts it on the floor and goes in strong.
Well, that was a nifty little move there. Beat the double team out high, and it had the numbers advantage. And Kai Sapala is as athletic as anybody on this court, and he really took it to the Crimson Tide defense. 8
points in the game now for Sapala. Glover with a little hop step in the lane, won't go. And it's Landis corralling the rebound.
And slowing it down here. Gonna try and eat a little bit of time. You can see Columbia trying to throw the trap.
Sapala weaves in between and gets it to drop.
Well, it's time for Mr. Sapala to wake up here and take over. As I said, his points in the paint are going to be crucial, and he just had 4 straight right there to kind of open up some breathing room here for Warwick.
McCleary for 3, gets it.
And there goes the breathing room.
And a timeout called by Columbia. They're going to use a full 60. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left. Don't go anywhere. There's plenty yet to come. 59-51 Warwick. Look at the Warwick bench as they lead by 8. Matthew McCleary. That last bucket was his 4th three-pointer. 3rd time this season. He's dropped in 4 threes in a ball game.
And he's not even the highest three-pointers made on the team. Michael Poole is coming in the game with 30.
Yarberough gives it off to Adams. He'll go baseline, hangs up. Yarberough with the follow-up.
Well, just being around the bucket is Chase Yarberough cleaning things up. It's been a rough night for Connor Adams, but Yarborough's been there for the most part to kind of lift them. Now at 32 tonight.
And Warwick a little bit now, a little more breathing room. Up 10. Glover goes baseline. Rebounded. To the Crimson Tide. Cruz. Bucket and one.
Yeah, you got Warwick up in the air on defense and just could pick his Warrior to get in foul right there. And I think they got Sapala barely with his first.
Cruz finishes off the three-point play, a 68% free throw shooter on the season, and is 61-54. Ball tipped around, it goes over the backboard.
Tell you what, if we could see that again, Chase Yarberough was being aggressive there. He had at least one teammate on the other side here. Check it out, challenges, and he had Ethan Minnick sitting on the other side there for a freebie. Probably would love to have that one back.
Pull around the defender and too strong off the glass.
Again, full court pressure here from Columbia. Warwick breaks it easy.
Adams goes in, bucket and one.
Finally for Connor Adams, the aggressiveness pays off.
Well, we have seen Adams dropping points from outside. He's continued to take the ball inside tonight.
Really has.
And a chance at a three-point play as Adams, a 57% free throw shooter, finishes it off.
Well, Warwick's hit the 64-point mark, which is kind of where Columbia averages, so they're really going to have to go on a run here. Oh, that was Poole.
Michael Poole. That is his third three of the ball game. Minnick.
They're going to get Minnick with the turnover.
And Warwick fans thinking that that ball was tipped, but the officials say he lost it on the way up. And again, Columbia with a chance to cut into that Warwick lead, and Poole tried to go up with the left hand and did not have control of it, and Glover will have to foul him in the back court to stop the clock with 1:21 remaining.
Well, I have Columbia for 11 threes in this game as opposed to Warwick's 8. So they're winning that department, but really Warwick has done it from being aggressive and going to the hoop as well as hitting those three-pointers. So a pretty good game from the Warriors here, even though they've been put to the limit here.
So Tate Landis will be at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
So 3 for 5 tonight for Tate Landis from the free throw line. Also has a pair of three-pointers in the ball game. And those are 2 crucial free throws right there.
Overall, it has not been a good night at the free throw line for Warwick.
Again, 61% for the season for the team.
Step back fadeaway by Glover is good, and Glover has 6 points in this third quarter. He's got 10 in the ball game.
You can see how good Glover is. Again, one of those 3 players for Columbia that averages double figures. Just the step back, nice high arcing jumper. So
he's just a sophomore. So.
Oh yeah. Great player for this Columbia. Nice future there. McCleary's a senior. Poole, a junior. So the combination of Poole and Glover for the rest of this year and next year is going to be a nice combo for this team.
And both teams, of course, will be in the District 3 playoffs. Columbia will open up at home on Monday night as the number 3 seed. They'll take on the number 6 seed Lancaster Mennonite Blazers, who they've already faced twice this year and beat them both times.
So didn't they drop 91 on them the other night?
Yeah, the last game of the season. Yep, 91-76. And the Warwick Warriors, they'll open up the first round here at home on Tuesday night Warwick comes in as the number 7 seed. They'll host the number 10 seed Governor Mifflin Mustangs, and that'll be Tuesday night at 7 p.m.
A couple of things there. We are hoping to do that game live, first and foremost, and secondly, Warwick beat Governor Mifflin back on January 11th, 64-36, but Joey McCracken did play in that game.
Foul in the back court. Glover will pick up his second, and we'll go to the other end to shoot another 1-and-1.
Right now, though, Warwick trying to advance to the semifinals, which would be on Wednesday at a neutral site. So if Warwick finds a way to advance in this game, we will be televising that game as well here on Blue Ridge 11, so stay tuned for time and place.
Well, I caught word that the McCaskey-Lancaster Catholic game was completely sold out. If you did not have a ticket ahead of time, you did not get in.
Well, hey, a nice little rivalry in the city there. And that's 4 straight free throws for Tate Landis here in the fourth quarter, which is huge right now.
And the lead back to 9 as we're down to the final minute of play.
Yeah, and they're not going to let McCleary get off a 3. Glover will try inside.
Oh, look at that shot. Boy, I think that hit the top of the backboard.
Yeah, circus shot, but it goes.
Boy, he's going to be a fun one to watch the next couple of seasons if you're a Columbia fan.
I tell you what, it'd be nice to check back in with Kerry Glover when he's a senior, see if he's close to that 1,000-point career mark. You know, that'll be a fun one for the Columbia fans to follow.
Yeah, because this is a team that played with no seniors last year.
Yeah, which was a lot of great experience for this unit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Minnick's first free throw is no good.
Again, this is crucial down the stretch here. You've got a 7-point lead, so not insurmountable. Up to 8. Got to challenge out on the 3s. You'll give up a 2, challenge out on the 3s.
Glover again in the paint. Doesn't go. Loose ball. Cruz will turn around and fire and hit.
Boy, Warwick getting pushed to the limit here tonight. A Section 2, Section 5 champion matchup, and it's been as advertised.
Luis Cruz now with 12 points in the ball game, and he's played a very solid game throughout.
So that's 4 players for Columbia tonight in double figures then by my count. Warwick has just the 3.
Well, Columbia in one game, they had 5 guys in double figures.
That's right.
4 times this year, they've had 3 guys in double figures. So, yeah, you've got leading scorers, but you got guys that contribute as well off the bench.
Columbia is 10-2 in the new year. So since we turned the calendar to January, they're 10-2. So they are playing well. Of course, Warwick is on a 12-game winning streak dating back to December 28th when they lost to Lancaster Catholic right here in their holiday tournament, 56-55.
On a buzzer beater.
On a buzzer beater, and Catholic could potentially be their opponent in the semis if they make it. So that's just another layer to add on here as we see Connor Adams getting fouled with 32 seconds to go in this ball game. Connor Adams just 2 for 5 tonight from the free throw line.
He'll get 2 here as they're now in the double bonus.
Off the mark. You'd love to have some of these back. This is really going to make this tight. A 6-point lead, so that's 2 3-pointers quickly that Columbia could make.
Adams gets the second. 70-63. McCleary with a drive to the basket.
He's having a great night for Columbia.
And they put the full court pressure on, and Minnick will have to call a timeout to avoid the violation, stopping the clock with 18.9 seconds to go.
Warwick scored 71 against Solanco back on the 4th, and 75 against Ephrata on the 24th.
Well, their high is 76 against E-Town.
There you go. I was just looking for that.
McCleary, after that last bucket, now with 18 points in the ball game. He's coming off a season high 31 in that season finale. So, yeah, again, this is a Columbia team that they get tested throughout the year. Now they get into their bracket within AAA. This is a team that could really cause some problems.
They could do some damage, especially, going through a game like this where you learn some things about yourself. And if you take kind of the disappointment, but a little bit of the confidence you also built here that you could hang with a 6A team, you could do some things in the District 3 tournament.
The concern, though, with Columbia, we talked about it, they don't have that inside presence.
Yeah, and if you get up against somebody with some miss down low, they could really take advantage of that and pound you to death in the post.
As you mentioned, Warwick will take on Governor Mifflin in the opening round of districts, but right now they're going to have their sights set on trying to get a rematch with Lancaster Catholic.
Did you see what happened there on the sideline? Ball almost thrown away by Warwick, and as Apollo was kind of teetering on the out-of-bounds line, there was a foul called. Coach Glover there, obviously happened right in front of him, was hoping more for a turnover. There we go. It was called on Kerry Glover, his third, and Sapala off the mark there.
Just a 5-point lead right now for Warwick. This is a big free throw. Sapala hits it. A two-possession game. Poole fires up the three, doesn't go. Sapala the rebound, and he quickly gets it out to Landis. And he's going to try and run out the clock, and Warwick will spread the floor, and they will win it. It wasn't easy. The Columbia Crimson Tide really with a rush in the second half, but Warwick able to hold them off and advance on to the semifinals with a 71-65 win tonight here in Lidditz. My goodness. You know, the talk of this ball game, though, is going to be senior Chase Yarberough.
Stepped up in a big place, really hit 6 3-pointers tonight for Warwick. Did a great job rebounding defense, give him the game ball tonight, Chase Yarberough. Boy, he's got to be so happy. His coach has got to be happy, and Warwick's got to be happy. They're going back to the semis.
They are, and they will take on the winner of the Lancaster Catholic McCaskey game. That'll be Wednesday night at a site to be determined. So stay tuned to Blue Ridge through our various social media. We'll let you know where it's going to be, but we will have it for you Wednesday night here on Blue Ridge 11. This was fun. These are two teams that really can light up a scoreboard, and they did it here tonight. So for Chad Landers, I'm Eric May. Thanks for joining us. It's Warwick on to the semifinals of the LL playoffs. They defeat the Columbia Crimson Tide 71-65. You've been watching high school basketball exclusively on Blue Ridge 11. Good night from Lidditz.